I never thought my world could collapse so suddenly, but it did the day I uncovered my wife's unfaithfulness. Even after that crushing discovery, I tried to salvage what remained by setting strict boundaries. Now I find myself torn. Should I relax those rules in hope of rekindling something real, or admit that trust has died and finally let go? A close friend told me bluntly, if I can't rebuild faith in her, then ending things may be the only path forward. His words echo in my mind, and though I still feel love for her, what we once had seemed to have faded into shadows. I'm 30, she's 31. We've shared 5 years of life, but last year everything changed. One night, she stayed out far later than usual. Normally she'd be home around midnight, but that night she stumbled in at 5 in the morning, intoxicated and withdrawn, barely speaking for days. When I pushed her relentlessly for the truth, she confessed, and my heart shattered. For a long time, I felt uneasy about her constant nights out, especially with a particular man in her circle, but until then I had no real reason to believe she'd betray me. That night, I packed a bag and left. She pleaded for me to stay, but I couldn't bear it. I crashed at a friend's place until I was ready to face her. When we finally sat down, she poured out her regret and swore it would never happen again. She promised to do anything to repair what she had broken. Against my own pain, I agreed to give her another chance, but only with firm conditions. She was to sever all ties with the man she had been unfaithful with, grant me full access to her phone and computer, and avoid bars or clubs unless I accompanied her. Without hesitation, she agreed. Over time, she cut herself off from her entire social group, since they were all still connected to him. I never demanded she walk away from them, but she told me it was too painful to stay involved while trying to keep him out. I never actually checked her devices, though I kept the option. I joined her on some nights out, but the truth is that lifestyle was never mine. Still, something in our marriage felt hollow. I thought about softening the rules, but each time the memory of her betrayal pulled me back. When I opened up to a trusted friend, he didn't sugarcoat it. If trust was gone, then the marriage was too. That honesty stuck with me. I love her, but the spark between us has burned out. She insists she's content by my side, yet I see the light in her eyes has dimmed. A few weeks later, after sharing my story more openly, I received an overwhelming amount of advice. Some of it cut deep, but it helped me reflect. Before everything fell apart, our relationship had been vibrant. We bonded through hiking, camping, climbing, and traveling together. Date nights were a highlight, and our intimacy was strong. The only friction came from her love for the nightlife, which I never shared. I never forced her to give up all her friends, just the one who crossed the line with her. But their loyalty to him made it impossible for her to stay close to them without conflict. She told me they excused his behavior, dismissing it as just how he is. Since then, our relationship has felt like an empty shell. We've gone on a few trips and had some nights out, but far less than before. Our physical connection has nearly disappeared. When she tries to get close, I struggle to respond. During one of our difficult talks, she admitted she doesn't feel worthy of asking for anything in return. She knows her mistake created these consequences and accepts them fully. I suggested therapy, and she agreed right away. I wasn't hopeful, but I felt she deserved the chance since she had respected my rules for over a year. Deep down, though, I doubted I would ever trust her again. We began therapy a few months later, and it was a slow, grueling process finding someone we both connected with. Once we settled in, we had some raw and painful sessions. Eventually, I asked her the question that haunted me most. Why did she cheat? She admitted it wasn't about love or resentment. It was curiosity. A friend of hers had shared intimate details about being with that same man, and with alcohol lowering her inhibitions, she gave in to temptation. The regret, she said, hit her the moment she sobered up. In therapy, I realized the rules I set weren't just about trust. They were also my way of punishing her. At one point, I confessed that she had fulfilled the one fear I always carried, betraying me with the very man I'd worried about. That truth sat heavy in the room, but saying it out loud made me understand something vital. Trust wasn't damaged. It was gone forever. That became the turning point. After many sessions, we accepted reality. Divorce was the only way forward. Fortunately, we don't share property or children, and we're both financially independent. In many ways, the relationship had ended long ago, and now we were simply acknowledging it. The life we built is over, but for the first time in a long while, I feel clarity.